I'll wait for people to get on. And I'm going to have a copy of my Revenge of the Sith book here. You can't even tell it's Revenge of the Sith, but I don't know. Maybe this is all for naught, and no one will get on. Hopefully I'm on YouTube. I didn't click on the wrong app. But can people hear me? We have one person at least. And I will wait for a couple more people to get on. Dennis and Menace in Austin. What is up? Austin's a good name. It's a good place. Okay. Nemo and Wahib. Okay. Wahib said hi. Hello. Hope all is well, everyone. I am going to do an unboxing. I was going to do a video. I decided just to go live. I'm actually recording with my normal camera too, because maybe I'll get fancy and I'll put it all together. But I'm so excited because if I'm wrong, I'm going to look like an idiot. And then, yeah, but this is hopefully the Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary novel right here. And I'm absolutely pumped to open it. And just so everyone knows, this is my original Revenge of the Sith novel. It's got some city miles on it. Look at that. Dennis, I saw on Patreon that you have reacted to True Detective Season 1. But when will you post on YouTube after you edit it? Well, I did not react to True Detective Season 1. I watched it when it came out in 2013 or 14. One of the greatest shows ever made. I reacted to Night Country with, when it came out. I reacted to that live. I would like to take my son through Season 1 eventually. But anyways, my original Revenge of the Sith Star Wars novel, Revenge of the Sith, came out May 19th, 2005, my junior year. And it was an amazing time to be alive. I remember me and my friends being so hyped for that movie. And then we have what essentially is like this Shakespearean tragedy. Hey, Charlie, what's up? I know you're definitely a big Star Wars fan. We have, hopefully this is the book of the Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary novel. But, just one of my favorite things in these books are at the end of every chapter, or at the end of, I don't know if it's the end of every chapter. No, it's not the end of every chapter. But it's like every time we hit a new section. I mean, there's a famous thing that Matt Stover, the novelist, the writer, wrote. Basically, this story happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It is already over. Nothing can be done to change it. It is a story of love and loss, brotherhood and betrayal, courage and sacrifice, and the death of dreams. It is a story of the blurred line between our best and our worst. Getting cold chills and a boner. So, it is a story of the end of an age. A strange thing about stories. Though this all happened so long ago and so far away that words cannot describe the time or the distance, it is also happening right now. Right now. It is happening as you read these words. This is how 25,000 corruption and treachery have crushed 1,000 years of peace. This is not just the end of a republic. Night is falling on civilization itself. I am getting goosebumps reading this book because the Revenge of the Sith movie is my favorite movie. It's my favorite Star Wars movie, with Jedi and Empire being right there, depending on which mood I'm in. But this book is way better than the movie, and it is the greatest Star Wars book ever read. It's the greatest Star Wars book probably ever made, and it's one of my favorite books I've ever read in my life. Actually, Alexander Dumas' The Count of Monte Cristo is my favorite book, and this is my second favorite book. Sometimes it's tied for first. I just don't want to look like an uncultured swine, so I put it at second. It's such a well-written book, and I'll go through it. But this is my old copy, and I'm going to open up this one now. Hopefully it's not some purple dildo or something. That's not supposed to come for a couple days. But, yeah. Yeah. You guys remember that? Look how I opened it too. Wow, that is beautiful. Look how shiny it is. You can see the TV screen. Oh my God, it got crooked. So I jerry-rigged my tripod on my phone because it's broken. Hold on, let me read these. I've been a huge fan of yours from Blind Wave days, and you were and still are my favorite member because you're really funny in your videos, and you're the man, and I'm very proud of you for having... I know I'm the man, and I know I'm very funny, so what are you trying to say? No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Wahib, thank you for being a fan. Thank you for watching my work. It means a lot, especially someone who has watched me for so long. Thank you. And Charlie, you got to get this book. Oh, and proud of you for having your own YouTube channel. Thank you, Wahib. Omar, what's up, man? What's up, King? All right, let me do the reason why I did this live is to absolutely... So this is deluxe edition, and there's annotations in this. Like, oh my gosh. Matt Stone, based on the story and screenplay by George Lucas. Look at this. Look at the foil writing right here. I don't know how well you guys can see it. But look at that. This is how it feels to be Anakin Skywalker forever. Which is one of the last poems he puts in the book. Oh, Torah, I am opening I think it's the 20th anniversary. It's actually been 21 years because I was a junior when it came out, and that was 21 years ago. The Revenge of the Sith book, which is this copy I've had for 21 years. This is my original book right here. Hopefully there's nothing crazy right in there. But, yeah. The way this book is laid out is so cool, too. Like, the poems kind of have their own page. I'm curious to see what they do here. So, anyways, wow. I will say this. You're going to get your fingerprints all over this. But that's fine, man. It's like the PlayStation Vita or the PlayStation Pocket, the original black piano. Or even the Nintendo 3DS. You're going to get smudges on... It's like a luxurious shininess. Oh, and I just read this. This story happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It's already over. Okay, so I'm going to carefully take this off. Oh, wow. I know it's not that important. Okay, so... And obviously it's a hardcover, so... Ooh, my God. Holy shit. Oh, damn, yo. This is... Oh, this is sweet. Hold on. Okay, I'm taking the cover off, which, by the way, is gorgeous. The turning point for the entire Star Wars saga is at hand. As the Clone Wars escalate across the galaxy, the stage is set for an explosive endgame. Kenobi undertakes a perilous mission to destroy the dreaded Separatist military leader. Grievous, Supreme Chancellor Palpatine, continues to strip away constitutional liberties in the name of security. Blah, blah, blah. This is great. This is the end of the Age of Heroes. And it saved its best for last. It makes me emotional. And my camera got crooked because I jerry-rigged it. So, the inside... Oh, and by the way, it's clear because of the hardcover. Oh, wow. Okay, so putting that to the side for right now. Pretty cool. Put that right there. And this is a hardcover, man. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Look at this. It's the Battle of Mustafar. It's using some of the concept art because I've seen that before. It's beautiful. 21 years ago. The time flies. Oh, man. Guys, thanks for being here, by the way. Hope everyone is at least a casual Star Wars fan. Yeah, and you're right, Charlie. This is the OG art. Who else is on here? If you're on here, say hello. I don't know. Maybe you're not. Okay. All right. So, and by the way, some more OG concept art here inside. God, that is freaking sweet. So if you look here, I'm pretty sure this is so Anakin's original hair design. He had kind of a little ponytail. He kind of looked like a more rugged Qui-Gon. There's even some behind the scenes footage of Hayden and George and Rick McCallum in the dressing room looking at it, and Anakin's like, it's too pretty, how he talks. And I actually, my mom must have thrown it away. It might have been like People magazine. It's like some big modern magazine. It had this beautiful 2-page poster of Anakin, and it was black and blue, and he had that hair with the ponytail. He looked cool as hell. Obviously, they ditched the ponytail, but this right here, she's pregnant, and he has a pretty similar look to that ponytail look right there. Okay. Oh, Gibbsy. Okay, well, this book is amazing, man. Oh, all right. Look at this. I'm not. This is cool. Oh, of course, all his other works in there. Iron Dawn, all the way up to God of War. He wrote God of War. I'm gonna have to read that just because it's Matt Stover. I'm not gonna lie. This though looks like I bought a preschool Star Wars book, and this looks like the same thing that was on there. I'm not complaining, but it's kind of funny. Oh wow, he's got the Star Wars novels timeline. So obviously, Stover makes a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? References to the expanded universe. It's not needed to understand the book, but he does make some references because he contributed greatly to the expanded universe with I can't remember how many. Well, obviously, one of the second greatest Star Wars book, in my opinion. Well, I don't know. Across the Lost, what's it called? Lost Stars. That might be the second greatest Star Wars book. But Mace Windu's Shatterpoint, which is unfortunately no longer canon, that is such a great book. A great freaking book. Hey, Mando, what's going on, man? What's going on? Thomas Wake. When I was 16, I stole the Revenge of the Sith book because I couldn't afford it. I have no clue how I made it out of that store. You could be excused because it's Star Wars, all right? You can be excused for it. All right. So we got everything from the High Republic, which, guys, we have some mailbags where we were sent some High Republic books, and I haven't been able time-wise to get into them, but I'm excited. So, actually, The Light of the Jedi is the first of those, even though it's not chronologically the first. It's chronologically the fourth. Obviously, towards the end of this, you get into, it's a Star Wars show. It's not everyone's favorite. It was on Disney Plus. Now I can't remember the name of it, but I reacted to it, and I actually kind of dug it. Kind of dug it. I didn't like them messing around with the Chosen One prophecy too much, but I like the vibe. I like the fights. I love seeing a certain somebody. Charlie, you know who I'm talking about. Anyway, so these are just all the books, and it goes all the way to Rise of Skywalker, and of course, there's nothing after that. Not right now. Oh, there's an author's note, and that wasn't there. The author's note was not there. Yeah. Yeah, the author's note was not there before. Okay, it's actually kind of long. Dude, it's very long, but I'm all about that. Okay. To my best recollection, I met the man in January 2004. It was my third time out of Skywalker Ranch. The other two visits were for story conferences for the New Jedi Order and Clone Wars publishing projects, respectively. Oh my God. This. All right. Who attracted the message? Come on. The Acolyte. Yeah, Charlie, the Acolyte. I don't mean to be disrespectful. I just didn't remember the name right now. Okay. I have an idea that this one was in an executive conference room on the second floor of the main house, because I remember being escorted through a big hall on the way past a table that held a genuinely vast, highly detailed scale model of a Victory class Star Destroyer that someone had given to him as a gift. It was maybe 8 or 10 feet long and had been built entirely of some preposterous number, 35,000 or more, of flat gray Lego bricks. Wow. It was among the niftiest pieces of painstaking craftsmanship I have ever seen. I wish now that I'd taken more time to really look it over because it was genuinely amazing. But right then, I had no attention to spare. This meeting they were this meeting they were walking me into would be the biggest thing that had ever happened in my professional career. I had spent days preparing and there was no space in my brain for anything else because I had this tricky idea. It had come to me during the panic attack. Well, it had come to me during the panic attack I'd suffered after signing the contract to write this novelization. Bro had a panic attack signing the contract to write this novel. And I'm glad because it's that urgency and panic and pain that led to the best and greatest Star Wars book ever. Wow. Okay. I'd foolishly committed to write the keystone in the arch of the Skywalker saga for the biggest audience of my career. And the entire Star Wars loving universe would be oh my gosh, I sound like I'm not going to say it, a tard. Loving universe will be hoping for a thrilling space opera, despite the plain fact that every main plot point had been spoiled for decades. You know what? That's kind of a good point. Add the challenge of writing a novel without ever seeing the final movie because the movie wasn't done and wouldn't be out before the book went to print. I would be armed with only the script and a collective Lucasfilm knowledge of Star Wars. Well, this man has a collective knowledge of Star Wars. This guy is smart. What saved me then was my early training. More than 20 years before I signed a contract, I'd had the good fortune to study theater history under a professor who was an authority on ancient Greek trauma. So, okay, every single one of the great Greek tragedians had faced exactly my trouble. Their audience knew the story going in, and they had some trick they would pull to make their plays dramatic anyway. I figured I could steal a couple of these of a couple for these books. All right, let me engage the comments for a minute, guys. What was your thoughts when Clone Commander Fox shot ARC Trooper 5? Were you upset? Okay, I can't see very well. That Fox killed Fives, and do you wish that Disney and Star Wars to do make a Clone Trooper Rebellion show? All right, so when Fives was killed, it was certainly a sad deal. I mean, what's interesting about the Clone Wars cartoon is, I mean, I went to see the movie at midnight, and not a lot of people were there. And the movie was kind of just a few episodes cut together. And hey, what's up, Goat? And I liked the movie, but it wasn't the best theatrical experience for Star Wars fans. But I went and saw it. I really liked it, and I remember thinking, I don't know if I'm going to care about these clone troopers like I think they want me to. And I don't know if I'm going to care about Ahsoka, but I want to. I hope I do because I love Star Wars. And I don't want, like, I knew they were doing a show and the movie was kind of the pilot, but I didn't know the show was going to be one of the best Star Wars experiences ever with some of the best stories. I was going to care about the clone troopers, and the clone troopers are going to make me care about the Mandalorians. And the Mandalorian made me deeply care even more about stormtroopers, troopers, Mandalorians, everything. So yeah, the clones have a special place in my heart that I didn't think that they would ever have. I'm not going to read this entire note, but you know, he talks. I mean, there's stuff in here about it being written like a Shakespearean tragedy or a Greek tragedy. He wanted to fold in elements of the larger view of the Star Wars expanded universe. But I think he was careful not to have anything rely on something from the expanded universe, which we know is now, unfortunately, / fortunately, defunct. Yeah, I mean, because they mention Obi-Wan of Jabim. They mention, what was it? There's a prequel to Revenge of the Sith. So there's Revenge of the Sith. There's a prequel Charlie, do you remember what it is? It takes place directly before it. It's not canon, obviously, either. But and there's also Rise of Lord Vader, which is the third book in that kind of little Vader trilogy. But anyways, I'm going to continue to go through this. That's like a 4.5 page author's note. Revenge of the Sith. Huh, we don't have chapter 1. That's kind of weird to me. I'm not going to lie. Oh, wow. Yeah, you know, I'm not going to lie. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm wrong. Thank God. Okay. So, let's compare here. This is my, if you're joining us just recently, this is my original book from 21 years ago. This is a little poem he writes like every few chapters. It's kind of written in the second person. And this is, there's not actually a lot of difference, except there's annotations down here. Labyrinth of Evil. Yeah, you're right. And my phone got messed up again, dude. Sorry, guys. Star Wars. This is the first annotation. I'm looking for the little number. Oh, there it is. It is happening as you read these words. Was the annotation number 1 is beside it. Star Wars always opens with a direct address to the audience, and so do many folk tales and fairy tales. I expanded the classic setup of a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away to be explicit about why this story is a different animal from the Star Wars media that had come before, to create a different set of expectations. The end starts now. That is epic. That's the second annotation. I'm not going to spoil it. And of course, the Age of Heroes introduction. It is actually pretty similar. Let me open a second. I might like this more. I'm not going to lie. And wow, it's definitely because the annotations are here. It only shows half of what's on the original. So this is original. I kind of like this on top a little more. But this is the new one. Right there. And by the way, let me if you guys are joining us, this is a hardcover. This is the book, the sleeve that goes on the outside. It is epic. And there's some really nice art right here. Anakin and Padme. And there's oh wow, look at this, dude. This is freaking sweet. I'm pretty sure this is in one of the encyclopedias that I had from back in the day. This is awesome. Oh man, oh whoa, what is this? Okay. So here we have one of the poems. This is one of my favorite ones right here. The dark is generous, and it is patient, and it always wins. It always wins because it is everywhere. It is in the wood that burns in your hearth, and in the kettle on the fire. It is under your chair, and under your table, and under the sheets on your bed. Walks in the midday sun, and the dark is with you, attached to the soles of your feet. He's talking about fucking phone. He's talking obviously about your shadow there, right? The brightest light casts the darkest shadow. I'll tell you what, I was, around the time of this book came out, I was in love with a woman who was trying to end the relationship. And I quoted this book. And one thing I said to her is the brightest light casts the darkest shadow. I can't remember what she said, but I remembered it. I took some lines from this book, baby. Let me see this comment. You should do a cooking video because you're a wonderful cook. Oh, thank you very much. And I do need to react to the Superman movie. And I need to do more Batman with Matt. He just needs to come back in town. We just got to arrange it. All right, so I don't know if there's any more pictures in this thing. Whew, man. Whoa. This is huge. Oh, okay. This is cool. So part 1, victory. So, yeah, that's a little different. Let me try to find it. Oh, man. I got all kinds of, like, what's it called? Bunny ears or doggy ears. Okay. Oh, there's that part about Dooku. Oh, can't find it. All right, never mind. I don't want to be doing this the whole time. So, anyways, I like it a lot. Let me go to the end, see if there's anything different. Oh, about the type. This book was set in Vendetta, a typeface designed by John Downer. He goes through everything. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. The Sun Dragon Crisis. If you flip straight here from a footnote, thanks. You're awesome. If you saved it for last, though, you likely have a better idea how important that particular metaphor becomes in Anakin's story. So you're awesome. Okay, the Sun Dragon, that's a metaphor he uses within the context of the story. And I think it's also in the poems. The Sun Dragon, they live in these stars. And it's a metaphor for Anakin's decline, for his downfall. Who said hi? Oh, hello, Hayden. That's a great name. That's a great name. The Dead Star Dragon. You're right, Charlie. Okay, a little over 2 months after I delivered the final manuscript of this story, the book was all set for production, or so I thought. I got a late evening call from Howard Rothman at Lucasfilm. Sue Rostoni and Shelley Shapiro may have also been on the call. I don't really remember. It's kind of hazy because I spent a lot of it losing my shit. Okay, I lost my shit because Mr. Rothman had called and said, George doesn't like the dragon stuff. It all has to go. George, wrong move. And they needed all the change by the day after tomorrow. He had called me that night to give me a head start. I cannot believe that they didn't think it was gold. Now, the dragon Mr. Lucas disliked is, of course, not the one in the book, or wouldn't be here. The original version of the dragon motif was, as I mentioned in the footnote that sent you here, woven into Anakin's fall. It's the dominant image I used to track his descent. Carving it out of the story would render his fall psychologistically nonsensical. I love the Revenge of the Sith movie, but I could have used a dragon metaphor. You know what I mean? Well, at least, you watch the Clone Wars, it definitely smooths it out. Okay, man, I'm in here so much longer than I thought I was going to be. Mr. Rothman said he'd called only to give me a chance to make the changes myself, to borrow a line from a different franchise with Star in the title. This was a briefing, not a discussion. The GOAT. Is that now your most prized possession in your collection, Shane? So this is, I don't know. I don't even know how I would define my prize. I love all the stuff that was sent to us from you guys, and I got some of it I bought myself. But in terms of my Star Wars books, this is look at this thing. This is the OG book. This is my most prized possession because of the sentimentality to it. But this is right up there. This is beautiful. I cannot wait to hopefully read it within the next couple months. Get all the annotations. Wow. I tried to, let me finish this part because I'm actually very interested in this. I tried to protest that the dragon was the central image for Anakin's anger, and Mr. Rothman said, George knows that. He just doesn't like it. Damn, George. It was roughly here, I believe, that I started shouting words that do not, under normal circumstances, appear in Star Wars. Mr. Rothman never so much as raised his voice. I got a strong impression that he had been shouted at many times by people much, much scarier than I am. His answer to my every shriek was in impenetrable, weirdly upbeat calm. You'll fix it. You will. Oh. How am I supposed to? Unprintable. This unprintable pile of unprintable. You'll figure it out. In 2 and 8 unprintable, half unprintable days. You'll figure it out. That's funny. He keeps going through it. We have faith in your ability. He kept repeating, we have faith in your ability, as though it were some kind of magic charm. I couldn't make him understand that he wanted me to do the impossible. Just like I almost said Bespin, on Dagobah with Luke and Yoda. If you're quoting Yoda in your head right now, good on you. Good on me, baby. That's good shit. You see? Wow. Is that the bite of 87? Hello, Markiplier. The bite of 87. I don't know what you're talking about. But I was born in 87. Finally, with Herculean effort, I lowered my voice and I tried to reason with him. It's nice that you believe in me, but come on. How do you think this is going to happen? You expect me to, get struck by lightning in the middle of the night so I wake up with some magic idea out of nowhere to fix everything? You think shit like that actually happens in real life? You can guess what he said back, which is probably, we believe in you. I disremember the rest of the call. I no doubt snarled some more rude unprintables, but fortunately he never seemed to hold a grudge. Like poetry, it rhymes, right? Afterwards, I headed out into the rural, rural. How do you guys pronounce rural? Rural. Some people say rural. It's rural, rura. What a Illinois night to walk off my panicked fury. Just me and half a gallon of Californian brandy, which was no longer a half gallon by the time I staggered back in through the garage and stumbled into bed well after midnight. That's great. The bitter joke I snarled that evening might very well have been a prophecy, except for one particular. I did not, in fact, get struck by lightning, except metaphorically. Still to this day, it makes me a bit careful about the kind of things I say to people. Less than 3 hours later, right around 4:25 a.m., I jerked awake with a single most shattering hangover in my life. Lurched into my office without so much as a cup of coffee and started typing. 5 hours later, I compiled all the necessary revisions and sent them off to Mr. Rothman with an email that led with words to the effect of, hi, sorry about blowing up last night. Anyway, do you remember me shouting on the call about shit that never actually happens in real life? Well, funny thing. Oh, that guy is wizard. He is wizard. The metaphorical lightning bolt had blasted me out of bed was that I had finally blessedly comprehended why the script tagged Anakin as the hero with no fear. It's dramatic irony. Wait, whoa. The metaphor blessed me in bed. I had finally. Okay, so all right. The Sun Dragon is laced throughout the whole book. So I'm not quite sure what specifically about the Sun Dragon was taken out. So I understand. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, the hero with no fear is ironic because he does have fear, and he talks about that in here. And the dragon is all throughout this. So I'm trying to understand how much of it he took out and what he replaced it with. Okay, it's probably not conversation for a live stream, but wow, I'm glad I got this. Love every bit of it, and I am going to say one of the greatest things about this book is when Darth Vader wakes up in the suit, and it talks about he's a painter gone blind, a composer gone deaf. He's lost half his power. You're basically a fraction of what you were. And it's literally right here. It does it so much better than the movie. I love the movie, but this is where it's at. This is incredible. Man, my phone is a mess. Yeah. Basically Vader realizing like it was him, it was all him. He killed Padme. He can't blame the dragon in his heart because it was him. He can't blame the shadow. The shadow is a metaphor or an analogy. I think it's a metaphor to describe Palpatine in the scene because Palpatine is the shadow looking over Vader, as his transformation. And then he actually, the scene where Vader goes, and like all those things are blowing up, like the medical droids are breaking down, like the IV bags are popping. In the book, like the table shatters, the room goes to hell, but Palpatine is unaffected. So he actually is trying to physically destroy Palpatine using the Force. And because he's only a fraction of the power that he was, Palpatine is completely unfazed. This is such a good freaking book. Okay. Now, one of my favorite also poems. It's the last one also. After, Obi-Wan. By the way, it's definitely great in the movie seeing Obi-Wan on Tatooine, which I'm pretty sure was filmed during Attack of the Clones, actually. Here they just kind of briefly mention it. But this is the poem. The dark is generous, and it is patient, and it always wins. But in the heart of its strength lies weakness. One lone candle is enough to hold it back. Love is more than a candle. Love can ignite the stars. Wow. So the annotation for one is, remember what I said earlier about the rule of three. This is a punchline. It is also my version of the central message of Star Wars. And it's why this is how it feels to be Anakin Skywalker forever is my second most famous passage. Yeah, I mean, he keeps getting into this is written in the second person, and it's just getting into Anakin's descent, and it's just fantastic. So, God, powerful stuff, guys. Absolutely, you don't need this copy of the book. You can get a soft copy, a soft book copy. It's literally $5 on eBay. This is my original hardback. I love it, and it is incredible. It's literally one of the best books I've ever read. I'll never forget the memories I had my senior year leading up to this movie. My junior year, I'm sorry, my junior year. And then senior year, it came out on DVD, and I saw it in theaters like 10 times over the summer. Yeah, man, I love that movie so much. But the book, wow, the book, you know what's funny is Zach's a part of this channel, and I used to be a part of Blind Wave where Eric is. So Eric and Zach, they actually they purchased the book before the movie. And dude, and they read that fucking thing before the movie came out. I can't verify if Eric like read the ending, but they owned the book, they read it. I know Zach read it. So yeah. I waited for the movie, man. I love the movie, but the book is definitely one of the best books I've ever read. Look how beautiful that is. It's just a wonderful thing. Anyways, guys, thank you. I'm going to get a little closer now. God, shout out to Blind Way, right? Anyways, those lightsaber fights, I know they're awesome. It's because I was choreographing the majority of them. I'm just kidding. Those lightsaber fights absolutely were an effort of not just me, but everyone in the group. And everyone in the group made those fights what they were. So it was a good system of checks and balances, and, everything else. But all right, guys, anything else? I'm about to hop off here. I was going to do a video, but I decided to jump on live anyways. Please don't say you're ending. I got to go. We got 12 people on here, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you. And you can watch me put this back in the cover. Thank you. Thank you, Goat. I'm going to put this back in here. Damn. Wow. Beautiful book. Gosh, would you be down to do a TMNT toy unboxing? Yes, Battle Guy. Absolutely. I would definitely do a toy unboxing. I have a couple, if you could tell up there. So if you look at the very top, those are the Ninja Turtles in concert action figures. I have a few more here that I haven't opened because I thought about one day doing either a video series or a separate YouTube channel on that. But if someone would send me a mailbag, which people have sent me mailbags to do before, and you guys aren't under obligation to send me anything, but if you do, the address is in various videos. But we will open it on camera. And I appreciate it, but I also appreciate you guys just watching. Yeah, I love NECA Ninja Turtle action figures. Hold on, so those are right here, literally. Oh my God, those are the last Ronin figures. I also have a few more in my house that I have opened. But there's, I kept a few in the box just in case. But TMNT tats. I don't know if I'm gonna get any more tattoos, guys. Oh yeah, Hayden. The audiobook is very good. They dropped the 2012. I did see that. I ordered them. So I actually have Shredder and Michelangelo. Which TMNT villain besides Shredder are you looking forward to from both 2012 and 2003? So let me think. Is that a question about the toys, or what? Or are you asking which Shredder do I like more? The Shredder I like more is the 2012 CG Shredder from the 2012 show because I like I like that backstory. It's great. But the 2003 Shredder, I haven't seen it all yet. But I do think he looks cooler and sounds cooler too. Okay, so we're talking about the toys. I think the 2003 Shredder is one of the coolest designs. So that is actually, I know there are figures by, I know there's a figure line. I can't remember who makes them, but I'm probably waiting. I'm going to get them. Dude, I'm broke, guys. So, so I can't buy any more toys, really. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, GOAT. Let me tell you, the 2012 Leo is my favorite. Speaking of Ronin, remember Star Wars Vision Season 2 is coming up. Charlie, Season 2 is already out. You're talking about Season 3. Season 3 is coming up, right? Why no more tattoos for you? I mean, dude, I got that. I got this. I got, obviously, that. I mean, I got that one. I got tattoos in places the sun don't shine. They didn't release the Tiger Claw toy yet. I'm pretty sure they didn't, because I would know. But if they did, Tom would love it. But if you're going to send it as a mailbag, send it to me, because he won't appreciate it. He's an action. He doesn't play with them. I don't really play with them, but he never got into it as a little kid. You know, he grew up kind of, I don't say poor, but you know, he just, action figure toys weren't really like a big thing I think he cared about. Bro, my book was supposed to come today. Okay, so let me tell you, this book came for me actually 2 days ago. I was going to do it last night. I just didn't have time. So I was actually thinking about not even doing it. My editor encouraged me to do a live video. I think it's because they actually didn't want to edit a video. But I'm glad because I got to talk to you guys. So I just love posing action figure. Dude, I could have a live video on action figures. I'll tell you what, since it's a Star Wars themed one, let me tell you this. And Charlie, if you're listening, listen up. So the Hot Toys Star Wars action figures, if I make some money, hopefully in my adult life, I want to buy the Star Wars Hot Toys figures. The Hot Toys ones, and what is the other one? There's Hot Toys, and there's another one that is slightly cheaper. It's actually a good way to buy the Clone Wars figures because they look exactly the same, but they're slightly cheaper. So there's Hot Toys and Sideshow Collectibles. Sideshow Collectibles. Their battle damage Darth Vader is absolutely incredible, and obviously Anakin, the new Anakin that they have is unbelievable. So, but they're literally $400 to $600 on the secondary market. So I could, if I wanted to, I could probably buy 1 or 2 figures a year before it would be like irresponsible. It would take me years to amass a collection, you know. Okay, I got Rex to show. Oh, Wahib, you know, I hope we have Rex in season 2 of Ahsoka. I hope so. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Mando, if you buy them new, they're $180 normally, right? But they sell out like that. So then you got to buy them on a secondary market, and we have these cocksuckers buying them just to resell it. Dude, how do I have more people now than when I was actually talking about the book? You people need to love this book. Don't be on here for me. Be on here for this book. Okay? Excuse my language. Yeah. It's okay. I love your reaction to the 2003 Shredder and Stockman's interactions. It's so funny to watch. Thank you, Battle Guy. I appreciate it. Look for your book, people. Yes. You know, I got a few Star Wars books back there. Let me get them. Actually, one's from Charlie. Now you can see how fat I am. Damn it. So Star Wars High Republic. Star Wars Ronin's a Visions novel. Okay. And why? This is it's the cover. It was kind of unfolded out, looked unsightly. High Republic. High Republic again. And I got Light of the Jedi. It's in there. It's actually next. It's on my reading stand because it's in the rotation. I haven't been able to get through it yet. Clone Wars Encyclopedia, and I got I got to go live in my basement. I'll show you guys my bookshelf sometime. I got 2 really above average, probably about the size of those, except wider, of my books. I got 2 of them. And then I got a corner where it's like this high. It's like 6 or 7 stacks like this high of books that don't deserve to be on the shelf. And a fourth, or at least, well, probably 1 whole row of Star Wars books. Yeah. I think you are famous for TMNT reactions. They're probably why more people came in. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I love Ninja Turtles. I'll tell you that. Can you tease us your TMNT 2012 Shredder box art from NECA? I can't because it's in my parents' house right now. Yeah, I can't. I just can't do it. I'd have to take it in there. And my dad would be like, "What you doing, boy?" You know, he'll start beating me with a belt. Hey, Jamie, what's going on? Hope all is well, man. I'm starving, and it's 9:22. Been on here for 46 minutes and 9 seconds. So I probably need to get off here. Diogo Santana. You just got here, didn't you? Where you been, man? Elias Big Bear. Love your videos, man. Thank you. Lattès, take a field trip. Who's Lattès? Okay. All right. Anyways, so Jamie, you missed it. So I did an unboxing of the new Star Wars 20th Anniversary Revenge of the Sith novel with annotations. I was comparing it to my old book. All right. Guys, hey, thank you. And just so you know, tomorrow, I think at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Malachi is going to stream Resident Evil 2. He's going to hopefully finish the game. We had a 7.5-hour stream last Saturday. So tomorrow, 12 p.m., I think, Eastern Standard Time, we're going to hopefully finish it. And then Sunday, hopefully Liana can play The Last of Us and put a big dent in it. So anyways, guys, much love. Thank you. And hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys.